Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and
What are
welcome
you
to
talking
another
about? It just said
incredible
46. There was a countdown? Hi,
episode.
Twitch.
No,
No,
the
the Twitch.
countdown didn't go down, but the Twitch
No,
was
it didn't.
running.
Hi, Twitch.
Uh,
Wow.
yeah, the countdown for some reason skipped the actual start, and then it was too late to go back and start the
It just
countdown
said
because
46.
I know, yeah.
You should have said something before. It would have been nice to know that before you just said
God
good
damn
evening.
it. Welcome to another incredible episode of Injustice. We are joined this evening by our incredible cast and crew.
Audio is
Jumping back
working, by the way.
into what?
Audio is working. You did it. Good job. On the stream.
Joined by most of our team members tonight. We're missing veteran Cameron for tonight's session, but we've had a couple weeks off, so I'm going to give the recap as we launch back into the events unfolding for our party. Previously on Injustice, our disorderlies were making their way across the Horizmer Plains, trying in haste to reach Liam, the southern city, so that they could charter a boat to the Ganfar Collective. There, where they are trying to catch an auction, so they can, I don't know what the plan is, bid, steal, find, at least lay eyes on these crystalline artifacts that they're searching for that have been scattered across the globe, following a lead on those. Ultimately, the goal is to collect them all, like Pokemon, rebuild the Veo corpse that is in the God's Eye Bay back in Astropor, and then kill it properly to hopefully end forever the reign of the Veo. So, in search of that, they came to Liam. They did some investigating around the city, spent some money, bought some things, and then attempted to book passage to the Ganfar Collective. They quickly discovered that from Liam, there is, or rather from Veonaya, there's something of a taboo against traveling to the Ganfar Collective. It's seen as an unlawful den of hive of villainy, and it's hard to legally book passage from there. They were being extorted essentially by the crew members of the Regal, who asked an extremely exorbitant price to take them to the Ganfar Collective. Upon leaving that small meeting, another opportunity presented itself to them. They ran into a pair of twins who kind of overheard / understood what they were trying to do. It turns out that they are in fact, they call themselves logistics experts, but they're smugglers. They have a small sloop, like a little bit larger than a catamaran, smaller than like a large-scale naval vessel, but it is called the Dappler, and they are quick and quiet, offering to take you guys to the Ganfar Collective with days to spare. Actually, they claim to be able to get you there in just 18 days, which would be you'd have a couple of days before the auction even, whereas by any other kind of standard travel you'd be cutting it almost day of to arrive for the auction. So they gave you the very reasonable price for 300 gold, 150 now, and then if you prove helpful in combat in defending the ship while it is on its voyage, you negotiated to have a discount on your overall price for the fare. Having worked out the details, you all packed up and left Liam, had to hike overland through the city out into the jungle surrounding the outskirts, through the massive mountain range, to a small lagoon-like cove on the far side of the plateaus that surround the city. It is then that you discovered, kind of as you walk into this quiet, isolated cove, and you see their infamous smuggling vessel, the Dappler, resting in the lagoon. you discover that one of the crew members of the Regal, who had originally been attempting to extort you for this passage, had been tailing you, and had brought with him several members of the city guard for the southern city, Ian. There was a verbal conflict where the city guards attempted to arrest you all for consorting with known smugglers. Besrin made a fair play at diplomacy, and in doing so, essentially negotiated to not be arrested. But Sin and Sybil were definitely getting arrested, no matter what. And that just wasn't going to work for your plans. So.
Can you say that last part one more time, Sid? I'm sorry.
Yeah, starting where?
You said Sid and Sybil were going to get arrested with the thing part before that.
Vesrin had diplomacied the party into a scenario where it was likely that the six of you wouldn't be arrested for simply being here. And so perhaps the legal implications would not be so dire for you, but there was nothing she could do to prevent Sin and Sybil from being
Gotcha.
brought in by the city guard, and therefore delaying you significantly and potentially losing your ride. So a conflict broke out.
Okay.
In this conflict, you have quickly dispatched many of the enemies. The crew member of the Regal is still standing, but he is aghast at how you have treated the city guards. He didn't think that you'd go so far as to actually engage in open combat with the authorities, even though you're a good 2 or 3 miles away from the city, or even the furthest outskirts of the city. There's no way you're going to get overheard out here. He really did think that he probably brought enough people to handle you, and that was a poor assumption on his part. You have seen Sin and Sybil have some combat abilities. Sybil apparently can use some sorts of water control magic, and Sin has a machete-like short sword that he uses uses quite effectively. Seems to know what he's doing. So that brings us to the middle of combat here. I believe it is the end of Kai's turn. Beginning of Kai's turn?
End.
End of Kai's turn. So it'll be Sin's turn next. We'll jump right in. Does anybody have any questions about the recap or want to add anything?
My last question is, so okay, I guess as indicated by this, no one is dead. They're just everyone's just unconscious.
Correct.
That's a great question.
So I'm assuming we are actively choosing not to kill anybody.
It just so happens
Kai
that
and
Kai.
Olean are.
Kai's attacks are non-lethal. He doesn't have to do anything extra to do that. So that's just kind of the way he rolls.
Cameron had specifically said that he was trying to kill the bows. I will say, for the sake of you playing his character.
Yes, that is true.
Okay.
This final soldier back at the back is relatively unharmed, only slightly injured. He is under the effects of a sleep spell. From which a loud noise can still awaken him. So this is not a particularly combat effective spell, but he has been asleep for about a round.
Okay.
All right. Brings us to Sen. Sen is going to duplicate. Something happened here. I have to reload the application. Hold on, guys.
Critical failure.
Why, SpongeBob? Why?
All right. Five, 10, 15. No, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We will target the enemy and make an attack with his curved short sword. That'll hit, dealing 6 damage. And that will kill the bosun.
Game is paused. So you know.
That'll be it for his turn. That brings us to Kijani, the only member who is still... There's no one conscious. The only one who still has hit points, I should say, is the city guard at the rear, who is under the effects of sleep.
Wait, the other two have.
No hit points.
You said
there.
he still has hit points. So he is conscious.
No.
Oh, he's sleeping. He's sleeping. Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha. How it says he's injured. Idani is going to. We don't want to hurt this guy, do we?
Sleep. How long does sleep last? Someone.
What's that?
I'm pretty sure Vezran
I'll look
cast
for
the
you.
spell.
It lasts.
I don't have her character sheet.
Yeah,
Um,
1 minute.
up to a minute or an hour, depending on the failure rate.
Yeah.
Was it just a regular failure?
Yes.
I'm
So,
assuming. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of like, it's unfortunately not a situation where you could just leave him sleeping here, probably.
Sure. Yeah.
It is one where we have more than 6 seconds to.
For sure.
Yeah, Hidani is going to. You can't take an action and then hold your turn, right?
Correct.
For the extra 2. Okay.
You have to
Hidani's gonna hold
delay
his
your whole
turn.
turn. Yeah, at the very start.
I will delay my turn, and Kijani's going to defer. Oh, fuck, I don't know.
What are the action that you wanted to do?
No, I can just delay my turn.
Yeah. I'm saying if it's a single action you wanted to take, you could take an action and
When you
then
say
ready an action.
You mean like?
Yeah, you said delay. Like you said, you want to take an action and delay your other 2. You could, if you want to delay 1, you could do that kind of. You could ready a single action, and take your turn here.
Pretty much all of my spells are at least 2.
I didn't know. That's what I was saying. I was
Yeah,
asking what your
gotcha.
action was going to be.
I would prepare. I guess I can prepare. For each additional action, you can fire an additional ray. Kijani will spend 2 actions to delay a 1-action casting of Blazing Bolt on the guy if he wakes up, and kind of look to Oleander and say, I do not think we need to hurt this man any further. We take the bosun's body and we leave. Is that how that works? You use 2 actions to delay an action as like a reaction? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll do that. Do I go ahead and cast the spell, or it only casts if I use it as a reaction?
No idea what magic.
I'm pretty sure the spell is cast.
Okay.
Ready?
I don't know with magic. I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's find out.
I should, because it's my character. But
We don't ready often.
yeah.
Well, the importer action is not working for me.
If you delay an entire round without returning to the initial order, the actions from the delayed turn are lost. Your initiative doesn't change.
Delay is different than ready.
Yeah, that's the If you're looking up delay, it's assuming you're delaying your whole turn and not ready in
Delay
action.
ready. 2 actions define 1 action to perform and a trigger to activate it in your turn. Until your next turn, if somebody triggers you ready, you can use the reaction to do the action you readied. Use map when you had. Okay. Well, that doesn't help me.
If delaying makes more sense, you can. I was just making the observation there.
Well, I was trying to use ready. That was the intent.
Ready would be as a
there.
reaction, right? You could use it in the middle of someone's
Yes.
turn.
Yeah.
Delay would mean you'd have to jump in at the end of.
Anytime he would wake up, I would immediately cast a 1 action blazing bolt. I think the spell is cast. We can look into it later.
I
If
also
it's
think
fine with
that-
you, I think that the spell is cast as soon as I ready it.
Okay.
Do you disagree?
Sorry, I'm resetting Foundry. I do disagree, but I don't want to.
Would yours
Wrong.
benefit me? You think that I don't cast it unless I actually cast it?
You don't cast it unless you're triggered.
Well, you're the GM, man, and that helps me, so I'm obviously not gonna argue that, but I don't see a ruling ready for me to say one way or the other. Sorry, Twitch, for the delay. And by that I mean sorry future us if we watch this.
Choose a single action or free action you can use designated trigger. Your turn then ends. If the trigger you designated occurs before the start of your next turn, you can use the chosen action as a reaction, provided you still meet the requirements to use it. You can't ready a free action that already has a trigger. No, I think that you do not cast the spell unless you use that action.
Okay.
I don't see why you would.
Sure. Well then I will spend 2 actions to ready a 1 action blazing bolt in the event that this man wakes up.
Okay. That brings us then to
The guy.
the guy in question. I'm gonna make a perception check for him, as at the very least he does hear the sound of Sin slashing through the bosun's simple leather armor, and the bosun kind of calling out in pain as he falls and collapses to the sandy beach. So we'll see if that awakens our guy. With a perception check, which should definitely be, one of the big buttons somewhere on this character sheet.
Do you take a penalty to perception checks if you're unconscious?
Absolutely.
I would hope so.
Yeah, it's a -4.
That's steep.
Years.
Miraculously, for him, he does still awaken. Kind of groggily.
Is that miraculous?
Is
Okay,
it
so
miraculous for him?
So I cast a 1 action
Yeah.
blazing bolt on him as soon as he wakes up.
Didn't want to wake up.
No, I'm surprised that he rolled against that.
Right.
It's
am I
miraculous
targeting
though
him?
the number that he rolled and the number that he had to roll to succeed, and that he still
Right.
did it.
Um,
All right, so blazing bolt.
okay.
21 hits. Yep.
He's prone right now.
No.
The guy who was sleeping wasn't
Correct.
prone while.
The
Okay.
sleep spell does not cause you to fall over.
Oh, okay.
Sleep standing. If you're put under magical sleep, you don't drop your items either.
Huh. Okay.
It's not really a combat spell. It says so in the description. Limited use in combat.
8 damage.
8 damage. Ah! Pirates and smugglers, all of you.
We told you we had a mission. You are in the way.
Tofros.
Oh, I thought it was his turn. Oh, he spends his entire turn waking up?
In this case, yes. Not sure if that's how it actually goes, but that's
So-
how it's gonna go. 'Cause
I just generally feel like
We know how the battle's gonna go. At
Yeah.
this point.
He could run. He won't get very far. But
Could
he could run.
surrender.
I'm out of map.
Surrender.
You can't run.
A mountain.
out of map.
That stopped us.
The bosun is unconscious.
Bosun is dead.
Ocean is dead.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Okay.
It says unconscious. I know. I need to. There's some settings somewhere that I need to check.
Ocean got lethally thwanged.
Generally
The
speaking.
that guy is 55 feet away from me, which is 5 feet too far away.
Mm.
Okay.
You have a nifty feature that allows you to stride towards your enemies in this game.
You said that almost as if everyone doesn't have that. I was like, what do you mean? I was so confused first. I was like that other people don't already get? Okay.
Man, these new classes are so overkitted. It's like insane.
How they can.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah,
Okay.
the new game is so balanced towards player combat. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Elemental
free
is
action.
busted.
I'm gonna free action weapon infusion to get the 50-foot range thing.
Uh-huh.
And have it gain the volley feature. That's what it is. Okay. I'm then going to target, as one should when they're playing this game,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to make a ranged 2-action elemental blast. Okay. Hopefully everything is. That says just +9. Maybe that's probably accurate.
That's accurate.
Huh?
That's accurate.
Okay. It probably is. It says I hit with a 14. He wasn't unconscious though.
He is off guard. It says on
The
the
minor-
thing. I don't know why he's off guard.
It's highlighted though, which means I'm pretty sure I miss if he's not
It also
unconscious.
says unconscious.
That's what we're talking
That's
about. Yes.
Sorry, you're right. But I think the off guard was also
What did you
a
roll?
part.
A 14?
The 14. I rolled a 5 on the die. He can't be. I could not have hit him if he's not unconscious.
That's correct. You did not hit him. I'm not sure why.
Okay. Session reroll.
Why does it say he's
For
off
this?
guard? Is that the same thing?
Okay.
You're you're off.
Because
The unconscious -4 is enough, right? You shouldn't be off guard and unconscious just because you're unconscious. Then it'd just be a -6 for unconscious, right? Or
No,
I don't
because
know.
it's the
I don't
same-
understand the game. That's crazy.
No.
okay.
One's a status and one's a circumstance. You wouldn't get both unless you're also prone.
Yeah.
In which
But you-
case he would be
we
prone,
are-
but you said he's not.
He's not.
Okay. 21. Does that hit?
Yes.
Hold on a sec. I'm sorry.
Are you targeting someone else also?
I don't think I am.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see when he applies damage.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not how that works, but
And Kijani is dead.
Action
Actually,
should
I'm
add
sorry.
4.
oh, I know what happened.
Yeah.
I copy pasted this token, and it's linking the token data to one of the other ones.
Got you.
Probably the first
12
one that I dropped.
slashing damage.
Okay. And he is not unconscious. He is dead.
Okay.
Slashed. He collapses to the ground. His darker than normal reptilian blood stains the moist beach, the sand, lapping up the blood. It has begun to drizzle as the beach falls quiet.
That's the
except
only
for-
guard that we killed.
Correct.
I would like to. Is he like outright dead? Dead?
Dead.
Do I have a?
He's dead.
Okay.
Yeah, both of these two are dead.
So I couldn't do stabilize in this situation.
Yeah, I think you probably have time to. There's no real ruling on there. I think there probably is, but it's the GM's discretion to kind of break the fourth wall a little bit. It becomes cumbersome if every character in the game has the same dying rules as the player characters, right? Where they have to
Right.
roll death saves every time. Generally, when you defeat an enemy, they're going to be down, and that's especially true for like monsters, goblins, and things like that. But technically, in this case, yeah, he could be making death saves. So I would say you have at least 6 seconds to do something that might save.
Well, I would like to cast stabilize.
Okay. Good to know.
Oleander is at least checking the Bozeman, even though I'm pretty
Bozeman.
certain. Whatever. Yeah. Even though I'm sure based on this same conversation.
Yeah, I'll say that given the time here, he is savagely bleeding out. He was stricken down by the Sen.
You see Oleander struggle for a second to maybe stop the bleeding and then realize it's too far gone. Curse
Kijani
and-
stands up, straightens his back, says, "Okay. The bosun's body comes with us. No trace. The other 3,
Whoa, wait a minute now.
No, it doesn't.
we throw it out at sea. Get rid of the traces. What? Why would we leave it here?
Well, we left all the others here.
They are going to go home.
Yeah, and tell everybody what we did.
We are not going to kill them.
So why does it matter where the body is if they're gonna tell?
They don't know if we kept him as a prisoner. Being charged for murder and kidnapping are 2 very different things.
You say so.
We're going to
shit.
be chased by the. This was a god.
You would... Okay.
This
Do you
was
prefer that we kill these 3?
no. I prefer we hadn't killed any of them, but we're
Yeah,
here
agree.
now.
And I look at Sen as I say I agree. But one of them is dead. Aren't they?
Yeah, well, yeah. He was following
we-
y'all.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
It is okay.
He
I do
Almost
not
killed
blame
me.
you.
I pulled steel first.
It is okay, but we have to remedy the situation. These 3 are going to go home. They have families, maybe.
Yeah, I think that I was.
This body cannot stay here.
No, it can. They're gonna go home and tell anyway, so it doesn't matter that it's gonna be here. It literally.
does.
Why does it
they
matter?
Because they can speak to dead. They can do all sorts of things to this body. Why would we leave behind evidence when we do not have to,
We
Oleander?
can throw it into the sea here because
You wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
You look out and realize that you're in a lagoon.
you're right.
It's just gonna like bob.
We take it into the open ocean and then we cast it overboard. Why? Why do we leave it here?
Because I want to talk to them. I actually feel like I could convince that we had
Oh,
some
you want to
bullshit
talk
last
to
year.
the gods?
Yes, I want to bring them back before, and that this isn't the
Well,
case.
I can do a heal
Oh,
spell.
Yeah. I'm sure we can. I know we can bring them back. It's just we can't. At that point, it doesn't matter where the body is. I was past
No,
that
that is
point.
fair. I did not
Yeah.
know that plan.
Yeah. That was my fault.
Sybil comes back around the corner. For some reason, Foundry's fucking up for me. And I can't move the characters. End encounter, yes. Auto assign. No. Don't auto assign. Regular assign.
I even may have a
Uh,
lie enough to
At
convince
the
them.
point where he says that we'll speak to the guards, Kijani will begin going around attempting to bind the guards, tie them up.
Okay.
Survival.
I will also be doing this thing. I
No,
think that
you don't roll.
at one point.
Oh,
They roll against
roll.
your survival DC if they attempt to succeed, if they attempt to escape.
Didn't we look at this and my survival DC's higher
no,
than
mine's the highest.
is yours?
Yes.
I feel like
I
mine
don't-
was
Just
high
barely.
at one point for
It's
something.
one
Yeah.
higher.
Let's see.
Whoever the highest person is to do it. I'm at my stove top
But you
cooking, so I
can
can't
you
check.
can provide the help action. Mine is the highest. Yours is one behind at 8. Mine's +9.
Gotcha.
have to
I don't
reload
think
the
help
application,
matters, right?
sorry.
Because it's
You,
the-
I mean, if you help and you succeed, I
You
get
don't-
+1. If
Well, you don't
crit-
need to. I don't know if you can aid.
Oh,
a
you can't
DC
aid.
A
Yeah,
DC.
to make it.
Right.
that makes sense.
yeah.
So my DC would be is it 10 plus? So my
Mhm.
DC would be a 19.
There's a very cool thing that I can't get to work, so fuck me, I guess. I don't know what's going on with Foundry.
Fuck yourself.
I've had to reload mine. I think unrelated.
Mine did a critical
it's
fail a
your
couple
server-
times.
Server, yeah, I've had to reload like 3 times.
I can't add any XP.
Neither
Haven't
can I.
updated Foundry recently. Anyway, my DC would be a 19 if they attempted it, but they're all unconscious, so I don't know what kind of.
They are currently unconscious. That's accurate. Yeah, this game is just. The game is just.
Hey, what
funny.
XP should we be at after the 86?
After the 86, it would. I think we should be at 546.
I can't click that add button.
I'm not gonna change it. I'm gonna wait till that does resolve, so that unless it does it by the end of the night, and then I will add it then, because I'm sure that actually, if it goes away, I won't remember to do it. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm just gonna change it to 546.
Give me just a minute. I'm gonna turn some stuff off.
Point of mechanical clarification is that if you feel so inclined to answer, I don't know if this is something you would want to keep secret from us. Is that like -4 unconscious thing? Is that just against any? That's AC in any check that you would make, or is that specifically like?
Yeah, you can look. I don't know. It's on. I let Foundry tell me. If you're blind, you get a -4, or if you're unconscious. But they're both circumstance. So if you're blind and unconscious, you only take.
You only take the -4. Yeah.
Well, so if you're unconscious, you get blinded.
Or immediately blinded. Yeah.
So you have a -4 status penalty to AC, perception, and reflex saves. So it is not 2 will saves.
You can be unconscious and still succeed on a reflex save. You just get a -4. Dodge into
What
my
is
sleep.
is it
you
being tied up and restrained as a will save?
No, but they're not gonna. So you have to try to escape. Sorry, you have to try to escape something though. They aren't gonna
With
just
an action,
naturally
right.
be
Oh, it's not. They don't.
Yeah,
they
it-
don't make an immediate roll to see if they get tied up. They
Correct.
roll if they
They
try
roll
it.
when they.
Gotcha.
Anytime
roll
they
when
would
I was-
attempt the
I was
escape
misunderstanding.
action, the
I was
DC is set by
misunderstanding. Yeah, that
your
makes sense.
survival score.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Well then, Kijani ties them all up.
Okay.
I guess without issue.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready for me to wake them?
as you pull the bodies together, break out some rope, tie up around, tie their hands behind their backs, kind of got them all leaning back to back. Two of them have been slashed by the tiger technique, so they've got gash marks in their scales. The last one was slashed by Tophros's metallic projectile and is a little rougher. It's kind of just has ragged breath. It's a much larger gash across his body.
Before we do, can we talk about my lie that we're going to tell so we can be on the same page and we're not scrambling to still tell different ones?
Sure. I was just placing the threat.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I said that before we actually got into us trying to talk to them. So, and I looked to them. I am technically also a person who could claim your bounty, and I'm going to say that that's what I'm doing here. That's going to be the there's two lies going on here. The first lie is what they're going to tell everyone else happened here, and the other lie is what I'm going to tell them why we're here.
So you're saying that you're going to tell them
I'm going to try to convince them that this was a thing that shouldn't have happened, that they shouldn't have followed us, and this is unfortunate. This
because we
was
were
a
trying to
quarrel
collect the
between.
bounty on the two of them.
Should we tie?
Yeah, no, sorry. That's the lie that they're going to tell them. The lie that I'm going to tell them, that's the lie that these guards are going to tell the city, potentially. The lie that I'm going to tell them to get them on our side is that we contracted them to go to the Ganfar Collective, or Gaffer. Actually, no, I'll say Ganfar because that's how it's been.
Almost no one
that's
else
gotta-
will know. Yeah, you have to basically be a pirate to know that it's called Gaffer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, and the reason we did is that I had a sister that was kidnapped in the collective, and that's what we're going for. I think I can get a bit more details than that, but that's just the parts of it. Why this mattered, why I was doing this, and
Johnny
how
raises his hand.
we could just not do anything then.
No, Kijani raises his hand, and if you pause talking, he goes,
Yeah.
"We already told them that we are agents of the House of Menegal, so telling them 3 lies seems fine.
You're right. Never mind. I
We
forgot.
already told them why we are here. We are agents of the Menegal estate. We told them not to mess with us.
Yeah, you're right.
That's already happened.
You're right.
The bosun was told that.
We told all of them.
All of them that. You're
We
right.
told them,
Okay.
and that's
You're
why
right.
they decided not to arrest us. They were going to
You're
arrest
right.
them.
It's been 3 weeks.
I also
Will
forgot that.
how.
Yeah.
That was what
I forgot the lies.
That's just Kijani reminding, like,
Yeah.
we,
Well, I remembered what I remembered a veteran saying was like, "Oh, we're citizens." That's what it broke
Yeah,
down to.
uh-huh.
Like, okay, this isn't gonna work no matter
And
what.
Vestron has
That's
like
why.
status. Is
Yeah.
you know.
So we wake them up and we tell them that our business is imperative. We are sorry that they were caught up in it. We are going to take. They do not know that he is dead. They cannot perceive that. We are going to take the bosun because he actually followed us and poses a threat. And we will let him go after the Ganfar so that he does not ruffle any more feathers, ripple any more waves, ruffle. You know what I'm saying. And then we proceed on our mission, and we hope they have a good life. I do not.
I
I
just
don't
think it
know
ought to be
more than
mentioned at
that.
least one more time that every extra pound we bring is going to affect our travel time.
We are going to throw this body into the ocean as soon as we are far enough away to feel. You said that you were going to get us a number of days before we were ready to be there, to the destination we were going. I think going enough out into sea to throw this body into the ocean is worth the slowness.
I'm
You
just
are the
saying we could
fugitives.
just.
We were not being arrested,
You were at first, and you
and
just.
and we were not. So hello.
Yeah, we still
I'm just
were.
saying.
Don't let their kindness distract. We were still being arrested.
True.
I'm just saying maybe we just hide the body here in the jungle. Something will eat it. Well, we ain't gotta go
Bones
through all
do
that
not
trouble.
go away.
Well, no, but who knows how many bones are already out here?
Yes, you are clearly. Never mind. If you think it will impact our journey so much, you are the sailor, of course, of this particular vessel. So I just think that the untraceable seas makes Kijani feel
Yeah, I think you
a
might
little
be
bit
expecting
safer.
us to go out further than we really will. It's a little boat. We're gonna stick to the shallows. We're fast, but she can't handle the open sea. I'm afraid anything we do, she's gonna wash up on shore anyway. Might as well just leave it here.
Yes, but washing up on shore, miles down the coast versus being right here.
I mean, there's a reason that
I
we
am
use
not
this
going to
cove.
make an argument to do it
I mean,
any
I
further
guess we
than what
don't
I've
use this
said.
cove anymore, do we? No, I guess not. If we're not gonna kill guards, Sybil says. I'll have to find someplace else to berth in.
If you would kill the gods, I do not want to kill the gods, but I am not the typical criminal of this lagoon. How many gods have you
Criminal.
killed?
That's a harsh word.
It is a true word. Kijani calls them how he sees them.
Tovros begins walking towards the bosun's body.
Okay.
If we're going to leave him here, then I'm going to begin removing his clothing.
Look, I don't care what you're into.
It's so that they don't find. So if they find the body, and maybe the body would be decomposed, at least they won't find clothes that resemble the individual.
If we're gonna leave it here, we're gonna take it out.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
These hills, there are locals that come up in here sometimes do some hunting, but this is a very secluded cove. That's why we park here.
I could.
Shoot, we can
Turn
just toss
in-
him in the damn lagoon. Something's gonna eat him.
Yes,
We aren't coming back here.
we are not.
The Regal's going to chase after us anyway, because they're gonna be missing their boat. They're gonna know something's up no matter what.
They do not know the ship that we have taken.
They don't know the
They-
ship, but they know the destination. You asked to take them there.
And they probably do know the ship. If they had any idea, they were tracking us here. If he had any idea before this that we had talked with him,
I think he was following you. I think he was following us. They
Those
probably
are
know the
things-
ship, but they don't know what it looks like.
Those are things we don't know. We can't account for. So
they recognized it before I saw
Well,
it.
the gods did, but the bosun didn't.
Yeah. Sure, fair enough.
okay. While I'm at it, can I go ahead and loot these? What does the bosun have on him? I wasn't here for the license. I don't even know what form of weaponry he armed himself with.
I think it was a short sword.
Yeah, I think so.
Something that does slashing damage. Because it got a little overzealous and said he almost beheaded me.
I can turn myself into a shark and take him a ways into the water and perhaps mangle his body to make him look like he was attacked
By a
If you
shark?
mangle it enough, he will get attacked.
by a shark. Yes. You don't need to look
He's
at him.
bleeding. He's
Oh gosh, I guess it's not.
This is going to sound like an odd question, but if you are capable of turning into an animal, I guess the idea of like turning into an animal, eating him is
I
a
could
little
also
bit
turn into a
too,
snake, which is more of a bog thing.
is it too much for the situation?
Eat, like actually eat him.
I was
mean,
just
yeah.
asking.
He
I was
is a
asking a
plant. I do
question.
not eat
I was asking a
anything, but
question. I
can
didn't
turn
say
him.
that I think it was a good idea. I'm simply saying I was asking. It was a conjecture, just a
I could
question.
also turn into a snake and break every bone in his body and make him look like he was constricted. Which is kind of more appropriate for the.
Wouldn't he just be constricted at that point? Would he?
Yeah,
Make
he
him-
would look just like it.
It looked like he was like, well, yeah, because he would be.
A fair and valid statement. Look, Kijani will do the thing. You tell Kijani what to do, huh?
I think the one that makes the most sense would be to take him out. in the shark? Because
Uh,
why would you have eaten the body?
I think it's
as the-
time. There, look, we're real.
Kijani will turn into a
Wait a
shark
minute
and
now,
wait in
wait!
the water.
God damn it!
I got a minute.
I'll drag the body over to the.
Alright.
You didn't just. You also couldn't have just turned into a shark right there.
No, no,
either.
no. You're right. I got in the water.
Because I'm just floundering around.
I'm right here waiting, and you're bringing the body. I
Yeah,
take it out.
that's-
I take it as far out and then come back.
Just go. If you're gonna do this, go as far as you can away from here.
Kijani goes all the way out. Kijani uses his entire wild shape, the full minute, goes out, chomps on the body a little bit, and then uses another wild shape, another focus point, to turn into a shark again and come all the way back. He is as far as I could for one spell.
2 spells actually.
What's the swim speed of a?
Only as far as he could for one spell. He could be further.
Yes,
And
if I
get
use
back.
2 spells, he would be. I have a 35-foot swim speed.
And that's
As I
10
was
rounds.
trying to
10 rounds,
say.
that's on 3.
So 350 feet. Out. And then back.
Do you not wait?
It's more than that.
Do you not have 3 actions?
Yeah, you have
per-
3
Oh,
actions.
you're right.
turn.
You're right. So 120,
105.
135, 1,350 feet.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
10 6-minute. 10 6-second rounds of 135, and then I come all the way back.
Mhm.
All right.
100.
And I'll try to like
100.
nestle him up like in
105.
the bog, like tangle. Huh?
Yeah, we got there. We got there.
You said 35 feet, right?
You're right. Math is hard, William.
I was just gonna say
So
word for word.
105, so 1,050 feet.
All right. Sure.
Yes, 1,050 feet away, and then I come back.
Topros, you find 4 gold, 2 silver, a smoking pipe.
Like the item, a smoking pipe? Or are you talking about like a?
Nope, just a regular.
No,
it's
like-
it's a
Oh.
mundane.
It's a
smoking
crack pipe.
It's for tobacco.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Crack pipe.
Can you do me a favor? Can you say the money again?
4 gold, 2 silver.
And you said a smoking pipe.
Yep, a smoking pipe, a hand-drawn map.
Hand-drawn map of. Do I know what
Yeah.
of?
It is not labeled.
Okay.
And the topography does not look familiar to you.
Okay.
A short
Okay.
sword and a dagger. As well as a set of sailing clothes.
And these guys are from Fantasy France, right? Can you remind me what the actual country they're from is?
Bayonaya.
No, they were foreigners.
Oh,
From
Those
the
guys.
Regal. You did not discover that information.
do we not know what that?
Pretty
Do
sure-
we not know where that accent is from?
Um,
Being in the
pretty sure
world.
you told us where they're from.
Like,
Having
because
sailed
you
with
used it-
Alabaster
you used
Fleet
it
would
twice
have-
now.
yeah, that makes sense. I just haven't decided.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know the answer to that question without.
All right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hey, question, Sid. Last session, did you tell us the scholastic numbers for Sin and Civil?
They're not citizens.
Okay.
They are not Baonian citizens.
We saw them in the port, which is not
Yep.
the part of
Now-
the port where you don't have to be a citizen.
Now the story is the boatman ran away when the fight didn't go his way.
Bosun.
That's what I said. I
That
promise.
sounds like a song.
It-
Ocean
you heard it
ran
wrong.
away when the battle didn't go his way.
Okay. So that's what we tell them because neither of them saw him die. I guess the one that saw him die also died. So.
No, they're
So
all
I'm-
alive. Guards are all alive.
Oh, because
Yep.
Privilege.
Xeris is stable. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
So
Um,
the one that saw him die saw him
Nope.
go
He was
unconscious,
asleep
but
when he died, but he
Oh,
woke up.
sure.
I'm on the ground.
Yeah.
He's
He
still on
woke
the
up and the
ground.
bosun was on the ground, but he wouldn't have been able to tell if he was actually
Sure.
dead or
I
not.
mean,
Okay,
it's
so
bloody
the story
beach.
is
He was
but-
awake for all like 3 seconds.
the story is
before-
the boatman ran
And
away.
Yeah, you're also bloody. You bloodied the beach plenty. All right.
That's the line now. I mean, we've now developed this well enough.
It
you
is very
bloodied the
important that
beach.
we tell Cameron that, because Cameron will inevitably say something next session about having killed the bosun.
He
Well,
won't-
but we
it
won't be
matter.
with the guards.
I know.
It-
I know.
yeah, it won't matter.
Hopefully we have left the scene by the time Cameron.
Nope. You should be right here.
Things are not looking great for that at the moment. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah,
It's 7:15 and we're still here.
Yeah. So Johnny gets back and we'll say, okay.
Was
Are
everyone
you
able to
ready?
add their
I-
experience points now that I've turned off some of the mini extraneous modules
attempted,
that
let's
I
see.
had
didn't
turned on?
No.
try to.
I was able to, yes.
I just was able to. I will put myself back to 546. So
What am I supposed to be at?
546.
536.
536.
36 because I'm
Perfect.
behind. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm
are
good.
we ready? I have the spell. I'm prepared to heal these gentlemen and have a conversation. Yes.
Y'all do what you want. We're gonna go get you ready.
2 points, not too much.
Yeah. In a burst. Boom. That means-
30-foot emanation, so we all get it.
All of you get 2 points. Yeah. As they begin to kind of groggily what? What is this?
Hello.
We're gonna talk
Some
now.
would call it mercy.
We're gonna
I
talk
think
now.
that. Yeah.
Go ahead, Oleander.
Doesn't look like we have much choice.
Correct. What we said was true. We are on some official business that is past this. Your bosun that followed us didn't like it after it. Fair enough. Thought him screaming down the mountain or the path out to get out here as we figured out what we needed to do. You are free to leave.
Clearly.
Yeah. You weren't going to be attacked when you came back. We're going to untie you and let you leave. You can report whatever you'd like when you get back. But we are leaving here. And so you should be on your way and live a good life.
Have we not proven that we are capable of being associates of the Menegal estate? Do you think that if we were going to let you go, we would think you were threatening?
One of the ones in the rear leans up to the guy who's positioned in the front and whispers something in his ear in a language. How many of you have languages to spare that you didn't assign?
I
I
don't
think I've only
think
got
I
the
do.
3. I've got Wild Song, Fae, and Taldane.
Yeah, you should replace
I-
Taldane with common Astropoly.
What says common?
Well,
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
modern
we
Veo.
can't.
Yeah,
We can. It just is. It has common and it's easy enough.
Yeah.
common.
To,
Yeah.
It doesn't.
I know 3, and I'm supposed to have 3.
I know 3. I'm supposed to have 3.
Cool. One of the guards leans forward and whispers to the one in the front.
I think it was discussed that Vesserin can probably understand VOC or VO9.
Old, yeah, ancient VOC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that she probably doesn't speak it very well. So if that would impact the
And I think that is listed as draconic on his character
Cameron,
sheet.
Yeah. Okay. So these one of them leans forward and whispers something. Desrin raises her eyebrow, and she looks to the rest of you. Apparently, we look familiar, matching the descriptions of some posters they've seen.
That's
Well, that's some
unfortunate.
new information. Johnny gets on all fours as if he's about to transform.
Stop.
Please wait.
Okay, he stands up. I mean, we have had this conversation, so I am
It's
not
true,
thinking
but we don't know all that they know. It's not prudent to take out the trash before you make sure it's all trash. You know.
Kijani looks at the front runner. Are you trash?
We are
What's my
members
name?
of the City
Saracen
Guard
rolls his eyes.
of Evendolia. We owe allegiance to our empire and to our city.
If you are allegiant to your empire, then you would be wise to let us go. As your fate lies in our hands.
I don't believe that's a decision we have. We're not letting you do anything, nor can we stop you. We are completely at your mercy, so get on with it. If you're going to kill us, you're going to let us go.
Where did you say that you've seen us?
Message boards
Whereabouts?
down by the docks.
What did they say?
Be on the lookout for a group of 6 odd individuals. Tengu, Gnome, 3 elves.
How is word traveling faster than we are? That we're together.
Let's say the lookout for what? For what purpose?
References an old bounty. Something went out years ago. Never got claimed. Some terrorists in the Spiral Sea.
And you should leave issues to the Spiral Sea then, is my advice to you. And I'm trying to lay that on as intimidating as possible.
Make it an intimidation check.
Oh. That's not this character.
Okay, I got the thing to work. So, there is a thing. I must have had a module on that was breaking everything, but if you go to your compendium pack, the book, and then search compendiums for basic action macros.
I did that private, not blind, sorry.
That's fine. If you add that little gold button, basic action macros, to your hotbar, it does a cool thing where if you have yourself highlighted, oh, you've got that already?
Mhm.
It will highlight in gold if you happen to be the player with the best bonus for that particular skill. So, for example, Kijani is the best in the party or tied for the best at Command an Animal, Sense Motive, and Seek. Whereas Tophoros is the best at, well, a lot of things actually.
That's weird. It's because I might be the only one
It's
who
the
has who is
athletics thing,
expert
yeah.
at athletic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are all
yeah,
the
go to-
athletics actions, yeah. Yeah. So, that's a cool thing.
I
just
have
discovered.
athletics.
yeah, go to mine.
I'm sure you have all the other skills. Plus 10, plus 10, plus 10, plus 10, plus 10. All right, so
Wait, what's highlighted in gold? I don't see that.
did you click on the basic actions macro?
It just now, yeah. Yeah, okay, that's cool. But okay, so that's just for okay.
And,
But
and
in
you
the
can
party
click it and you'll
in the
roll
party
it. Yeah.
sheet it's not.
It's not arranged that way on the
like
party
that.
sheet, no. But you can get that same information on the party sheet, just arranged differently. So anyways, I just thought that was.
Duration activity.
Um,
Oh. God, never mind. I see.
yeah,
okay.
that's a successful intimidation, I think. Hold on.
I'd hope so.
Yes, it is.
I didn't see the number, but I do see the number.
I think we're at an impasse then.
I'm glad that we can agree on something. It's best not to dwell on it. Make your reports as you need to. A scuffle broke out. Whatever you need to say. Here, you can even, if you need to show, take my damaged cloak. I don't care. If you need some kind of proof of anything to make whatever work.
Proof won't be necessary. We didn't exactly alert our superiors that we were coming out here. We had an arrangement with the bosun to split the bounty on the twins.
Even better.
All right, let's go. We have a long ride to wherever it is we're heading.
I go to undo the knot, but I fail because his. I'm just kidding.
I mean, you can cut them.
No, we're not gonna cut our rope.
Oh, you're gonna recover this rope.
More
Okay.
or less. Yeah. I don't play that. We keep the rope we need.
That is a sailor.
Untying them, and as he's just like, the other two who weren't talking could almost consider that Kijani doesn't realize that they're there. Like, he's just daggers at the guy who's in charge the entire time.
Very clearly, this guy in front is not necessarily in charge. You just arranged their bodies so that he's in front. You did that.
Too late.
Put
He
them
did.
here.
He started speaking. That's the thing.
Okay. All right. They are
walk
all
up
of
to-
very similar rank.
Sari, who I think has the purse, and we should probably give them 5 gold each too, just to help with this. I know it probably already worked, but I don't have any gold. Otherwise I'd do
Sarah
it
has the
myself.
purse, I think.
Sarah.
Oh, you said
Oh,
Sari.
no.
I heard Jerry, but you said Sari.
I also heard
I
Jerry,
did,
but
I did say Sari, yeah.
Got you.
I'm gonna if Sergin has, I'm gonna hand Sergin the 4 gold that I found on the bosun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll just give him.
Okay. Oh, then I need 9,
hmm
Okay.
and I'll take 9 out of the party. I just wanted to roleplay it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that works.
And then as we send them on their way, I do palm them each 5 gold.
Okay. Yeah, they get up, rubbing their wrists and kind of helping each other hobble along. They're not healthy. They've got a long hike back through the jungle. They're using their spears like stabs, like walking sticks, as they make their way back down the path and through the hanging foliage that grows out over the ledges of these cliffs, and you're once again alone in the lagoon.
I'm still bleeding, by the way. If someone could treat my wound.
Hey.
Wait, I
Come get
thought
your free
I'm
wounds.
I'm not in the terms of the game bleeding, but I am wounded.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? I
I am
just
not.
cast a heal
Well, that isn't in bleeding.
I thought
unless it heals me to full.
treat wounds. I thought any.
I
form of
will
healing did
hold the medic's baton thing. Make sure I get the bonus for that. Battle medic's baton. I am holding it. That's gonna give me a +1 to this medicine check to treat wounds.
I'm gonna wait and get some of that good for my friend Sari. I ain't doing it myself this time.
We are not risky surgerying. We are using the battle medic's baton. You cannot treat wounds without healer's tools or healers. I have those.
Where are you at?
Here, we'll do that. Okay, try it again. Okay, that's dumb. I'll just use the other one. +1. Roll. 24.
That succeeds.
All right.
But
Now
not
I can.
critically.
See, the boatswain that shit their pot is called the Regal or the Royal.
Regal.
The Regal.
Okay.
Trying to find the tree runes thing. I'm sorry. It's been there. It is.
I forgive you.
Oh, I already rolled it. So okay. I'm just gonna do this to bring up the thing.
Yeah.
There it goes. You get 10.
And I'm no longer wounded. That was the important part, really. Well, I guess being it almost full
Hey,
is also
sail with
important.
wind.
Hey, stay with one.
Beep.
Thanks.
Beep bop.
I will pick up
Shit.
my
That's a
drop
failure.
rapier.
Mm-hmm. That's unfortunate.
And you're immune to treat wounds.
Is
Shit.
he immune to wounds or immune to treat wounds from?
Nope.
He's
Immune to treat wounds.
All right. I'm gonna treat wounds on myself with thingamajig. Yes, sir. 14 for me. All right. We have plenty of time on the boat. Let's go.
Hmm.
All right. As you all climb aboard this little dinghy.
Little dinghy.
Yeah, watch your
I'll be
dinghy.
right back.
All aboard! Ha 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 ha. And looks like there's no room for Topher, so I'll have to swim on the side.
To be fair, I'm on top of.
Everyone got on in order of their
Well,
scholastic sigil, so Topher got on last, and therefore. I'm
definitely
just
is
kidding.
true.
Just kidding.
'Cause
Wow.
Just
Kai and Oleander got on first.
All right. As you all get on the dinghy, he pulls the rope away from the mooring and begins to casually row back into the lagoon. I think I have a picture of this. Did I share this? Way back before combat. Many, 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 many ago. Oh, yeah. Not that. Yep. Making your way out to the Dappler. As you begin to approach, it's a dreary day. Rain is falling, the surface of the water being broken by the plunks and ripples of the rain. Um, the silt and mud in the lagoon that was normally perfectly clear, pristine water is churned by the rain and it becomes an opaque gray mess. Even still, you begin to see as you approach the ship very large subaquatic forms circling the vessel. Shadows rippling beneath the lily pads and the surface of the water. The moss grows out from the edges of the lagoon. The Sin continues to pulling you up close to the Dappler. All right, y'all, all aboard. Watch your step.
Yeah. What's that?
Oh, you'll see.
Uh,
As Sybil leans over the edge of the dinghy, kind of counterbalanced by the rest of your weight on the boat, she can lean over pretty far. She begins to like coo and baby talk at the water, like one might uh, a puppy when you come home from a long day.
is this a water chariot that you have?
I've never heard it called such, but yeah, I reckon so.
I laugh, but not with the rasp.
Ah, this is the
Sorry.
fastest way we know to get around these parts. It's how we beat out everybody else and make our living. You'll see them. They're really a splendor.
Joked about that before.
As all of you begin to climb aboard the Dappler. Let's see something. Yeah. This is for sure the vibe. It's kind of small, the Dappler. The picture doesn't really do it very good justice. You can fit about 10 people on the main deck, with enough space to kind of like not be cramped in like sardines. You could probably fit about 20 people shoulder to shoulder, with no room to move. That's how kind of narrow and long and small the deck is. This music is great, but too loud. There we go. There is a below decks, as you can see down between the graded kind of I forget. I'm not great at boat terms, but down into the storage cabin. Galley.
Galley.
Galley
Galley.
is where the
One of those
food is
words sounds right.
stored. Anyway, there's a hatch where you would drop cargo down into the cargo hold. And you can see down there all the way to the bottom of the ship. Like, it's not a huge ship at all, but there's enough room down there. There's a couple of hammocks, and there's not like boxes of things. I believe that Sin and Sybil both told you that they deal in super lightweight but highly valuable trade goods, that they can move faster than anyone else. So the weight is important. As you all kind of get on board, Sybil goes to the bow of the ship and whistles loudly. As she does so, the shadows beneath the waves begin to collate and get into a formation. They begin to move forward. The boat begins to tug along behind them. Begin to pick up speed, and you can see these rolling mounds of water being pushed by the speed of these creatures beneath the waves in the lagoon as the Dappler's being pulled along. And then suddenly, 5 white-scaled koi with massive fins on either side of their bodies as almost like wings burst forth from the water. And not just in a jump, they begin to glide up into the air. And the Dappler is pulled along behind them. You can feel the ship itself. You can see where these harnesses are attached to the fish, and they come down to the sides of the ship. The ship itself is slightly raised up out of the water, so that only basically the rudder and the very bottom of the boat are below the water line, and it is just kind of skimming across the top of the lagoon, being pulled by these. You hear Sen call them kite koi. And as the kite koi gain speed, you begin to really kick out. They occasionally do plummet back down into the water and pull back up, just to moisten themselves. Really, it looks like they could probably fly indefinitely via some kind of magic or what have you. You're not sure. Could be something else going on, but it looks magical nonetheless. And with Sin at the helm, adjusting the rudder, and Sybil calling out to the kite koi from the stern, you all begin your journey southward to Genvar. As you begin to make your way out of the cove in Eamdaliam, sticking to the edges of the shallows near the cliffs, moving incredibly quickly. Sails are drawn down, so there's not big black sails or masts super visible against the side of the cliffs as you slide down the beaches. You do manage to see in the not so distance a small frenzy taking place. A couple of sharks having found something in the water that drew their attention. They're tearing it to pieces.
I wonder what that could be.
I wonder.
Can't imagine.
Do you know them, Kijani, by chance?
I do believe what stays in Moist Vegas is what happened in Moist Vegas, right? Or something.
Moist
That's
Vegas?
not it. That's not it.
Or is it what happened in Moist Vegas? I do not know.
That's not a
Listen,
place.
the point is, the sharks are...
You can now also understand why Sin and Sybil did not want you to create a shark frenzy close by. Because they have aquatic animal powered transportation.
Reasonable.
What happens in the Moistropolis?
Moistropolis. Yeah. All right. So, as you begin your journey, like I said, sticking to the shallows, and in many cases, actually skirting along the coast between these outlier islands and the coast itself, you are able to travel. Well, if I can move the thing, here we go. Out here, well, let's say out here in the first day, finding a place to moor overnight. You'll travel some nights, but there's a chance to actually stop and having fled the scene of a murder and the city, between the two high cliff faces of the island and the mainland, there's a gentle cove that you're able to pull in. Looks like the twins have used this place before, and probably others, pirates and smugglers as well. There's indications that it's sometimes used as a overnight location. There's a long dead campfire on a stone pebble beach, and the Dappler is able to pull very quietly into the cove. It's nimble and small. As you stop, and Sin and Sybil take some time to tend to the kite koi and we'll have a night of rest. So as you all disembark from the Dappler, it's a shallow, cold, pretty still water in this kind of seaside cave as you swim over to the stone beach. Um, and prepare to have a camp. They set up campfire. They brought a little bit of tinder with them. They've got like an oil lamp sort of situation, so it's not going to be a ton of heat or light, but enough to make it through the night. There's no outside access from the cave. There's not any like driftwood readily available to burn, unfortunately. So a small fire with oil, and mostly, I guess if you want to eat raw fish, you could hunt. You could try and catch fish. Otherwise, your dry tack is how you'll will be your dinner for the night. And they will tend to the koi. Any interactions, any roleplay moments you would like to take advantage of in this moment? You don't have to, just an opportunity.
Vestrin knows prestidigitation.
That's a statement or a question?
It's a question.
Vestrin does not have prestidigitation prepared today.
Okay.
Yes, she does. Arcane innate spells. Wizard. Why is this down here? Oh, wizard. Is she a wizard?
She
Yes.
is.
Arcane innate?
That means she gets it from
oh.
something that's
Ah.
She gets it from something other than wizard class.
She does have prestidigitation.
I would like to request that she prestidigitate the sailing clothes so they're not bloody.
Okay.
The bosun's clothes.
Mhm.
Color, clean, or soil an object of light bulk or less.
That's good.
Yeah.
You brought up.
I'll do it this time, but don't become accustomed of me doing your laundry, Tofros.
It's technically the bosun's laundry.
She
I
put
can't even wear this. I'm too short to wear this. But it would be a disguise later on for someone, I imagine.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
In a country we definitely know about.
being disguised, that's gonna be a thing that definitely needs to happen at some point, because we're being noticed everywhere, and we're going to a place that we're most likely to have had a bounty on. I've never actually got off the boat there the few times that we went, because it was, even without the rest of you, was still too rich. I'm pretty sure just wanted to have been okay with that.
Well, there's certain parts of Gaffertown that are free game. If there's a bounty on your head, you don't want to be there. But there are also certain parts where maybe Gaffertown's the safest place in the world for someone who's got a bounty on their head. Places where it's frowned upon to seek bounties and enforced by the locals. We can help you navigate that.
Idani is curious. Curious that these people knew of us as terrorists from the Spiral Sea, huh? I wonder if they knew the origin of the actual bounty, that they wouldn't perhaps have some reason not to search it out, as Ashtapur is one of the places that most people do not, especially Veonians, want to help somebody who is seen as an enemy.
That's why the place is on the docks.
Exactly.
But also, people who are loyal to coin don't care what the.
Yes, but the Veonian guard is not loyal to coin. They are loyal to Veonaya. They do not
They
want
were-
to help. No, they
they
were
were-
guards.
But they were interested in coin. And
Sure, but they thought it was from the Spiral Sea.
Sure, but we're going to a place
No, you are
Where?
correct. I'm not talking about where we going from. I'm
Okay.
talking about where we came from. If somehow these posters were to be rectified with the appropriate information, maybe we would have a little bit less
The fact
on
that
our
you are
back.
saying you believe that at any point in time a bounty will have appropriate information is
We have
interesting.
connections, some of them.
We don't
They
have
are far from
connections in
us.
there. We don't.
But in
w- y-
Veonaya?
We don't have connections that could cancel out a bounty like that.
Mm,
We barely had enough that we don't have connections like that in Veonaya. No, we had one
We have
in the city.
we have ears, not necessarily
but
writing
ears,
pens.
ears who can correct information. A small ripple could create a big wave. I'm just saying, they do not know that we are actually opposed to their opposition. It is something to consider for the future.
I don't plan on going back to Veonaya anytime soon.
Veteran
That is
lets out a disappointed sigh, but
that is where we are planning on taking the little thing we are looking for. Back to the estate from which we came. In the country.
well, we'll
Oh,
need
fuck.
to go there before we return to Astropor. But until we've
Exactly.
collected the rest, we don't necessarily need to return. Unless, of course, there are pieces still in Veonaya. I would have expected Banagold to have collected them all. He
That
had the
is
ear
fair.
of the Scholastic Premier.
Do not want to answer to the tax collectors looking for your rent.
Oh. I did pay through the month. I don't suppose we're going to make it back, are we?
No.
Very well.
Talk about somebody really motivated by coin.
It's just that they'll probably throw all my things out in the street or give them away.
Can you not mail your payment?
From
No.
the Ganpa collector.
No.
I don't know if
you
you would
wouldn't
get
have-
there in time.
I could have it teleported, but it would cost me
5
3 years
times
rent
rent.
to
I'm-
send
I didn't
1 month's
say
rent back.
Teleport. You said teleport.
Yes, but
I said
otherwise it
mail.
probably wouldn't arrive in time.
What?
Do you know how long it take?
I believe we just took the fastest route, and it took 3 weeks.
Like, I would hate to be like a Veonine courier. It's a terrible. This is not a fun job.
It didn't take us that long. It's been 3 weeks since we got to Veonaya, but we did other things. It only took us about, I think, maybe 2 weeks. I forget that weeks are
Didn't
shorter.
it take us a week to go by the plains, just the plains,
Yeah.
and then 18 days to get to Ganfar on the fastest ship.
Oh, so you're jumping into that, and I'm not talking about that. I'm
Well,
talking
to
about where
get
we're at
to get
now.
rent all the way back.
If she had sent
to,
rent from Eamdal
Sorry.
Liam, maybe.
Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, like even that would be ridiculous to get it back in time from where we were.
No, we're only getting further away.
Yeah.
The 5 kite koi are kind of swimming lazily in the cave's dark waters. You can hear Sen kind of whispering to them, "Don't swim too deep now. Don't know what might be in these waters. Y'all stay close
These are
tonight."
very large koi fish, right? Like,
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Yes. They are each of them probably 7 to 8 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
4 feet wide, maybe 3.5, 4 feet wide. And they have, like I said, their side fins are like kites, or like have a wingspan.
Yeah.
But when they're swimming, they aren't taut. They aren't like
Yeah.
rigid. They're like very flowing.
So, just so I have an understanding, when we arrive at the Gaffa Collective, we're going to be escorted by the twins to.
We need to investigate the auction this piece we're looking for. That's what we're doing. We don't have a set. We don't know because we're not there. I can't tell you any more details than
Sure,
that from my
but
perspective. You have more questions than that.
primary objective is getting to the auction.
That's the only reason we're planning to go there. Yes.
No,
Uh,
I understand why we're going.
Yeah, there's something more that you're asking that I don't understand.
I'm asking not. I know why we're going. I guess my question is: has anyone, at least, I believe we should start thinking of how we're going to acquire the crystals. It would just be a good thing to start thinking about. Maybe we don't have a
Got it,
complete
yeah, that's
plan now.
Yeah.
But I don't think we have the money to win to win the crystals in the auction. So
I think we do have a lot to offer.
But if it's something that's posted, it's known to be at an auction. It's less likely to be. It's to be taken off of auction for.
So we may
reward
have to
for an action.
steal the crystals once they have been auctioned off.
How much do we have left of like all the platinum and everything, guys?
That will depend on what you ultimately wind up paying Sin and Sybil, but
260 gold. 226 platinum.
Okay. Just want to make sure we started thinking about that, because that could get dicey. And
Well,
potentially dicey in a literal sense.
Right.
we're really
Gambling.
not trying to eavesdrop, but it's kind of small cave and everything that goes.
We don't. Honestly, at this point,
If y'all's trying to, well,
we're
I
trying to
guess
acquire
y'all-
something at auction.
y'all trying to be wanted in every city up the coast.
We are wanted in every city up the coast.
Well, we're in the presence of fame, I guess.
I would not call it that.
Well, technically, it is that. Like, regardless of what you want to call it.
Infamy is
Infamy, maybe.
not quite the same.
Anybody looking for us, you may call them children hunter. How about that?
It is an event that happened in our childhood, but I think it's best for everyone that you don't know much more about that.
I agree.
Most people who do know have died, so
Doesn't make it sound good when you say it like
I
that.
I'm
Makes
trying
it-
to make it sound good.
Yes, it
Yeah.
just sounds very much like a threat. Like if I told you I have to kill you, type of thing.
No, but that's
No,
what
no,
he-
we have not killed him.
Well, see, but you didn't say
But you
that,
did.
though. There's implications to
Provide
things that you
information.
say.
Okay, well now I will say out loud, we are not the ones that have caused their death. In fact, most of them have
Well-
just kind of died.
Well, I think in fact we were responsible for some of their deaths, but not the majority.
The more we talk about this, the worse it sounds. I'm going to go try to catch a fish.
Wait, those are their fish.
There are
the-
more.
The koi
Literally,
know better
there's-
than to.
There are literally more fish in the sea.
There are more
Like-
fish in the sea, Kijani. I don't know how I feel about saying it even. And this hurts almost.
Would you say that there are like 100 fish in the sea?
Sarah
There are 100
leaves the
fish
cave and goes for a walk.
Yeah, there's a short beach outside, but this is like not much room to walk. Like, if you didn't know this cave was here, you would not it's not a really evident entryway. It's kind of a hidden seaside cave in the cliff face, and it's between another. Think of like what is it? Northern Ireland, Scotland. You've got these
Grand
high
Southwest.
cliffs that drop deep down into the ocean, and then you might have another one like just 100 feet away, where there's like another small plateau. So you're kind of between, and the water, the waves churn in between are constantly rough. So you can take a walk, but it's more like pacing, unless
Sarajon wanted to leave the cave.
Okay.
Sarajon has left the cave. Sarajon will go and sit on his shield and meditate. Sarajon is not going to be in the cave.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. So, y'all going to some kind of auction then? You know where it's at?
What information do we have on the option? Jerry, note person.
Oh,
I think we only know that it's in the Ganfar.
yeah, we don't know that's in the Gaffar Collective. We don't actually know who's hosting it. We just know that we can say the thing that is being auctioned off.
Well, we might have to
I
do
feel
some
like-
research when we get there. There's usually a couple auctions in Ganfar. It's one of the most popular places to move objects of questionable
Amethyst
origin.
teardrops.
Questionable origin.
By the way, we're cool. I don't have to threaten you about that. And we kind of left it on the table. We don't. There is no bounty for you to. You saw back there, right? There's no. I'm not. We're on the same page on that, right? We're good.
Oh yeah.
You don't,
I mean,
you're,
whatever the
you're-
bounty is, you're paying us anyway.
Yeah, but I've worked with people who would then just take our money and then get.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Take cake and
ultimately,
eat it
you are
too.
welcome to try, but we will not take the same mercy that we did with him, since you now have been told up front.
I think probably it might be in our best interest to foster a long-term relationship.
I agree, and I'm glad that we can have this. That's the most cordial threat that I've had, and because it didn't need to be one,
Johnny gets closer.
as you understood.
That is exciting.
I can't hear
I
you.
grabbed him by the collar. I like no, I like no. Okay, you're scaring me.
Wait, I have
Yeah,
heard of
somehow.
such a thing as he's being drug away.
Heard of such a thing? Yeah. We can do some investigating when we get there, see what kind of auction we're looking for. Like I said, they're kind of common, but you know the exact item you're looking for should be easy to narrow down. You said you've been to Gaffer before?
I've been to the port once or twice. Never left the ship.
It's an
Important
interesting
to-
town. Only one rule that is true across every district in all of Gaffer Town, and that's no murder. I know it seems like a weird rule for pirates, but there's some
No, it makes sense.
spooky stuff
You don't
going
trust-
on with dead folks and spirits in Gaffer.
Oh.
It's just murder makes it worse for everybody. There's better ways to get what you want: torture, imprisonment, murder.
Oh, trust us, we know about divine laws. It's okay.
I ain't saying nothing about the divine. If they are any, they don't live in Gaffer Town.
Well, if the dead are coming back to life, feels like that is extra planar.
Maybe extra plainer. And I didn't say they was coming back to life. Rumor has it. You know, it's always going to be a good story when you start rumor has it. Gaffer Town was founded when 5 pirates met there for a truce. They were going to run a cabal, own the whole sea. Well, it didn't go so great. You put 5 pirate captains, fleets behind them all in one place. Anyway, there was a bloodbath. They all died. Those wrecked ships were the foundation, sank to the bottom of the bay. Those were the first ones upon which the rest of Gaffer was originally built. And those 5 captains now rule together a secret council. Anyway, that's just, it's a literal ghost story, but probably just for the tourists.
Wait, how long? Those 5 captains in that rule. How old is it?
Oh, they all died.
But you just
It's a ghost council.
got it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I
That
mean,
thing-
they're dead and they're ruling too.
He
That-
never
yeah.
said the words.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
never. Yeah.
You thank you. There was still something missing.
He
Clearly.
never said they died, and now they were.
Oh no! And I even
Yeah,
took it
yeah.
sounds like they died, and
Oh, they
they're
did.
also. But then you continued. That's why I was confused. I understand a ghost. I don't understand it. No, I don't.
Well, like I said, it's just rumor. It could just be born out of the fact that people really do tend to haunt Gaffertown. Now, you can't murder. It's strictly against the law. But that doesn't mean it's never happened. I saw it once. Well, murder's a strong word. I'm sure he didn't mean to push him that hard. Anyway, that man stuck around for weeks. I mean, incorporeally, floating up and down the dock. I think somebody owed him some money. But just be careful.
Not our plan to make enemies. It's just what's
Oh
gonna
no,
happen.
you're just going to steal from the auction.
We don't.
No,
Yeah.
we said that we may not be able to pay for the item and we should think about other things to do. Stealing what is already rightfully yours is kind of a crazy thing, huh?
It's rightfully ours.
Yes,
Why?
because I said so.
Oh, this is
Okay,
going to be
cool.
Oh,
good.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
then that's
since-
where the
Since then we are.
Kijani looked at them and he's like, I'm not going to get into the entire thing right here in front of these two, but in Kijani's head, these belong to us.
Gotcha. So okay.
Well, that
And you
seems
think
easy
the
enough. Then
reason
you
that
just got to
they didn't?
convince everybody else.
Convincing. Yeah, that's what Vesrin is for.
Veteran is just like pinching her nose and shaking her head.
You do the little like thingy, and then they give us the thing, and then we go away.
also our typical use of status. That's not gonna work. Just in terms of our.
Oh
Alright.
no,
We have
I'm
lost-
talking about specifically the thing that he can do.
Oh, yes. We have lost a bit of social status and renown in leaving Veonaya. Oh, by the way, as you all, if you did have your Scholastic Sigil up, as you get further and further away from Veonaya, it begins to flicker and fade and become invisible. You cannot force it into. If you
Interesting.
concentrate really hard, you can make it appear for like a flash of a second.
It's almost like the Triska.
Law.
It exists in the.
The Driscoll Law.
Confines.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tofro is secretly relieved.
Or we could try to take it by force, but
Hell, if we get there early enough, there might be a job we could take, and then we would have the money. But that
it would be much easier to take this one by force than the only other one that we know of.
Where's that one? What you
No.
looking for, money, Mai?
No, thank you.
Oh.
Oh. No, if they're going to know what we're looking like, they're gonna help
But we
us.
don't have to tell them what the other one is.
Oh, sure. But I will take out the Bayo shard, that we do have. I forget if I kept the whistling. Do they both?
I thought
Was-
we gave them. I thought we left them both
I-
in the.
I did take one. I took one back because we realized that we would need it. I had like, hey, look at. I need to
I
find.
think we
need to
left
find
the whistling one because it
we
made
left.
noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do react. And
Yes.
that's the do react. And that's why we took the. That's
Yeah. In fact,
We
the
swap.
whistling one doesn't whistle. It has like a
yeah. It's like a
artifact around it,
It-
that takes advantage
in
of
the
its
me-
reaction. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to cause a whistle. Yep.
Yeah.
Huh. Seems like a lot of effort for just a pretty rock.
I wish I did not know what this rock was. I wish I'd never heard of its existence. I wish I was not here right now. If that tells you anything.
I can't say it does. But it's becoming harder and harder to quell my curiosity. Anything else as you guys settle down for the night?
I don't have anything.
I feel like I had something, but it might have been that we need to make sure we might be willing to disguise ourselves, and Jerry brought it up. Yeah, I think that's all I had, at least for now.
All right. Awakening the following day. Setting out. Much like the previous day, traveling along the coast, moving incredibly quickly with the aid of the kite koi. You can see now why the weight, every additional pound on the ship really matters. It's essentially being pulled up off of the waves. So moving with that incredible speed. Once or twice, Sybil calls out with a loud shrill whistle, causing the kite koi to dive into the ocean, and the ship comes to an almost complete quick stop. And you can see the exterior of the ship has a little bit of a shimmer to it. It's not a full-on camouflage or invisibility, but it's got a little bit of just enough to deter wandering eyes. And you can see in the distance on the horizon some other sailing vessel passing within eyesight of the ship. As Sen and Sybil both get close to the railings and lean over and watch, and you unfortunately lose probably about an hour as the large trade vessel makes its way across the horizon from your perspective and eventually is out of sight. You can see some tension leave from them and they get back going. This happens once or twice as you continue your travels through the day today. And I'll say for the purposes of this, that would have been the 17th. This is the 18th. This will be the 19th. And at the end of the day, well, kind of early afternoon actually, not even a full day, on the 19th, the Dappler pulls into another tropical-esque lagoon here on the northern part of the peninsula.
Jonathan's hand is raised.
Oh, yeah? I can't see you if you're not talking.
Chokai, are you full health now, or should
I am,
I
yeah,
check?
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Should be, yeah.
All right, that's all. If we were doing the days, I just wanted to be able to treat wounds if he wasn't. Everybody's full. Good to know.
Yeah.
I am now at full.
So on kind of the afternoon of the 18th, you come to stop at this lagoon cove where the Sen tells you that the kite koi need to rest. They've been going at it strong for a couple days, so you'll actually take the rest of the afternoon here, moored at the kind of abandoned beach, but not entirely abandoned. There are some fishing villages around, and you can see some fishing ships out in kind of the shallows as well. Ships is a strong word. Like catamarans, the dual pontoon sort of situations. So they're just kind of local fishers. You're far enough away from Iamdaliam and any major trade routes that kind of stick more out to sea to not really worry about being recognized. It seems like they've stopped here a couple times before. So you now find yourselves on a tropical beach. Sin and Sybil kind of head out into the nearby jungle is a strong word, but there's vegetation. Gather some firewood and build a fire on the beach. And before long, they are smoking some large trout-like fish and laughing, and they've got a couple of bottles of rum. It's like 3 p.m. The sun is still up. They are drinking, and invite you to join them to do so as well. We'll be here for the rest of the day. Gotta let the fish rest. We'll start again in the morning.
I will join them for drinking and revelry.
All right.
Kijani will ask if the fish are kiddish or if they're friendly.
Oh yeah, they're real friendly. I swim with them all the time. But
Okay,
not as a shark.
that is what Kijani's next question was. If I introduce myself and then turn into a shark, can we go for like a little swim together?
Can you turn into a not shark?
Oh, sure. Yes, Kijani can turn into a snake.
Can you turn into a fish?
A shark is a fish.
No, no, no. Like a non-predatory fish.
Oh, no.
I don't think it's a good idea. If you scare my fish, we'll be stranded here. I don't think it's a good idea.
Okay.
I do technically know how to actually fucking sail the boat, but god damn it, we'll be late.
Do they let people ride them?
Not been known to let people ride them.
You tried.
I've never tried. They won't take off if you're swimming with them. They're real friendly like.
Kijani just sits down and begins pondering.
Okay.
He's also not at all suspiciously
Not at all suspiciously. I think that's up to me to decide.
beginning to like eye them up and like taking the rope that he has and considering ways that he could like harness them. But not suspiciously.
Sure. Sure, not suspiciously like that. All right. Anybody have anything? Oh, that's cool.
As we sit for the night, Kijani will ask. So, our point of reference for VO9 Kota was Bezran. Do we have such a person for the Genfa? Someone we can look to make decisions.
I have some experience with the underworld, but not here. And mostly smugglers, and mostly in Bangladesh, not Bangladesh, Bangladesh, not the real world. Why did I do that to myself?
Specifically Bangladesh.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh,
but
I don't
But-
think we have anybody who is quite cutthroat as those I guess we expect to encounter, but I don't think we have to worry about that too much as long as we don't pick fights with people or let our basal urges take the best of us.
There are certain places in Gaffer where picking fights is kind of the norm, expected.
Like there's a fighting ring pit club type of thing.
Oh, sure. We'll win a lot of money.
Topros looks at.
muted,
You're
Will.
muted. Topros looks at Ollie though, and just looks. Not that we would do such a thing. However, let's just hypothetically. Let's pretend for a moment that we wanted to try to make money. What are the odds?
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm largely trying to convince Ollie to
Oh,
potentially
okay.
get
Well,
in.
let me
they-
let me just
I'm
butt
the
out.
not
first-
that into my. So I can we. I don't want that to be a thing.
Oh no,
Don't-
it's not the money thing. It's not the money thing. It's like how can I convince you to go in the fighting pit
Okay.
with me? That's
The
No, yeah, actually, yes.
first question and the thing that will shut this down if the answer is not what we want is the fighting ring in a place, one of these regions that you spoke about, where bounties cannot be collected?
good question.
We do not want to be there.
There are 5 boroughs. I think 3 of them you don't have to worry about bounties. 2 of them you extremely very much have to worry about bounties. That's where all the bounty hunters are.
And
You said 3 of them, or
And
where
that's
the?
why.
That's I
three
mean
of
I
them,
think.
three of them are free.
That's precisely why I was never allowed off the ship. We were never let off. I don't actually. Maybe you were after I left.
The 5 boroughs of Gaffertown are each ruled by a crew. That's just a old colloquial term. Apparently it comes down from the 5 original crews that formed the town. But the crew for the borough is really just a glorified gang. They're all organized a little different. They're all their hierarchy might be a little different, but basically if you're in their territory, they're the law. Well, except for the one law. No murder. Everywhere else, the laws vary vastly. It can be hard to navigate. But that's why you got us.
I have a question about a way you. Dying doesn't matter there. Murder matters there.
Oh, I think dying just as bad, but
Okay. Okay. That's what I was just trying to make sure that that was
you
the
can't
case.
make dying illegal.
Okay. So, but okay.
you could.
Yeah, I reckon you could. What's the punishment?
Murder and
You punish the
Okay.
families.
murder and killing someone aren't necessarily the same thing either. Is
No, you're
And I
right.
didn't-
You're right. You're right. All I
Just
know
making
is there's
sure
some
that
wonky
there's-
stuff going on with spirits. You don't want to die in a gaffer.
there you go. That's a different.
And as
I
such,
understand.
it's illegal to intentionally make that upon somebody.
Got it. Thank you.
Specifically to make that upon somebody.
Make it so, number 1.
So, to make death upon somebody. Should use that turn of phrase more often.
I'd imagine that a fighting pit. It seems most profitable to be in an area that doesn't involve bounty. I could be wrong, but that's just my.
I guess so too.
It seems
So,
it depends on the place, right? If you have no bounty, you make money on the fighting pit. If you do not know where you are, perhaps bounties are something that you have to split with the lords that are there. If you are going to allow bounties, it makes sense to make money off of them, doesn't it? So you see somebody in a fighting ring, you catch them, 10%
Yeah,
of
but
that bounty
why would I
goes
go to? Why would I go to the fighting ring bounty? Why would I?
Well,
why
because
would
we are informed, but not everyone is.
be like-
There might be more than one fighting ring. I know of one in particular. But anyway,
It's in
not
the
here nor
Bronx.
there. What?
It's in the Bronx.
That's right. Yeah, Gaffertown's kind of divided that way. There's the roughly half that are, well, I wouldn't say they're on the moral high ground by any means, but they generally make their money in legal ways, but scrupulously legal. Like skirting just barely on the edge of what might not be legal in other countries. And then you've got the area gaffer where people who are wanted for illegal things elsewhere go to live.
So you have these 5 ghostly figures.
Now, I ain't
That may
never
or may
seen a
not-
ghost. I mean, a ghost captain, like they say. Nah, that's just a rumor.
So who actually enforces those rules? There has to be a physical embodiment.
Captains. 5 captains.
So there are actually 5 captains.
Oh, yeah.
It is just
Yeah, there's a
rumored.
captain for every borough. Uh-huh. It's just
Thank you.
rumored that they take orders from the Ghost Council.
Okay. See, that is information that's good to know.
It might. It's just a child story.
Sin, are you trying to convince yourself of this?
Look, it's just a little spooky, okay?
Okay.
Not
And
as
I've seen
spooky as the
I've seen
Wampump
some
of the
spooky
water.
things. What?
The Wampump of the water? The spirit of the ocean that takes down people who have been naughty throughout the year.
Like naughty how?
Not in the sexy way, Sin.
Oh.
Like really bad people.
Oh. Well, we ain't really bad, is we?
I'm just saying. Tip your waiters.
Tip your waiters?
If you do not treat your wait staff well, the Wampump will come for you.
Wait a minute now. What's the connection between knocking people over and treating them well?
You live somewhere that you have to pay someone instead of them being paid.
I'm
What
still
kind of
confused. Why are we
city
tipping them
university
over?
you from?
The elves, they say that their people are good enough at the service that you should pay them depending on. No, that is not how they do it on the seas.
I don't want to continue this. Real life bit of my life.
I suppose conversation probably continues until we lull into it asleep.
All right. Anyone keeping watch?
I'll take first.
Yeah,
Just
Surgeon
asking.
will take the first
Just
spot.
asking. There's no reason.
Yeah.
You done? You done with take first watch list, Surgeon?
Okay. All right. As everyone else kind of drunkenly stumbles onto their blankets in the sand, the sun having set some hours ago. It's winter time, so while it's mild here, even in the winter on tropical, the sun does go down a little earlier, and the sand has long since lost that baked sunlight heat that it was holding. So you kind of cuddle up, snuggle up with your blankets, and pass out beside the fire. Kijani and Saradwin kind of walk down from the place where everyone's sleeping just a short distance towards the water and take a seat on the hard-packed sand near the waves. There's a thin sickle moon hanging low on the horizon, glistening off of the waves in the lagoon. It's very light water. Light, gosh, I'm so good at words. Not violent heavy waves. It's just very kind of lapping because you're in an inlet here.
Pristine.
Yeah. Not placid by any means, but it's just kind of lapping up onto the sand. You see a couple of crabs scuttle by.
Well, I suppose we're almost there, huh?
A shorter trip than some. This will be far more dangerous than our previous excursion together, I suppose.
Can I say something out loud that I have not said yet.
I won't stop you.
We plan to unmake the death of an ancient, oppressive god, and then kill it.
Right, yeah. When you say it out loud, it
That is what
Look-
we are doing.
look, nothing has made sense in the past 10 years. Nothing at all. We went from being little mobsters to supernatural demigods fighting the forces of everything. You don't grow up normal when you have a nation chasing after you, so I try not to think about it too much. Tomorrow is another day. Today was a day. We'll do the same thing that I do every day. Wake up, I will try to eat. I will try to make it to the next day.
That is the existence of livestock.
Livestock? If you choose to see it that way.
It's hard not to feel like a cattle being prodded.
I don't know much about cows. But I get to do what I want. Or have. I enjoy the things that I enjoy. And I will continue to seek to do those things. Since being all together, I will admit, I have a bit of more goals. A bit more clarity. And if it
Hence the
means
original question.
resurrecting a god to kill it, then well, didn't even know it existed in the first place. So stranger things have happened. I mean, they died beforehand. Apparently, they were everywhere.
Well, that does not make me feel better. What if the resurrection of the one that died is signal to the rest to come back?
What if it is? What if it's not? What if the resurrection of it ceases all harm and stops all malady? What if it? What if it makes a fountain of cupcakes and we just sit around eating treats? There's too much to think.
Kijani looks now a couple days removed at the fully thought out and probably functional harness for the koi fish. Do you think that we could ride the cube?
Anything's possible, Kijani. You control light.
Kijani's eyes get really wide and he's like,
That being said, I'm going to have to control you. Do not.
I am going to ride the cube.
I tell you, if it
things
gets
I
to
did
the
not
point,
plan for.
well, that's fine. We were never supposed to leave asteroids. So.
Yeah, sure shit.
I will ride the cube with you, should that inevitability come to pass. But I
Not
will caution.
comprehending that that was a joke, Kijani looks at you with like a, yeah, we will ride the cube together.
Name of the episode: We ride the cube.
But I will caution you. Do not let your mind wander too far down the roads of possibilities. We simply do not know what will happen. And it will cause us more worry than anything. You say it's livestock, I say it's peaceful. I handle the day as it comes. When the day comes that we must fight or ride the cube, that will be that day's worry. Tomorrow we must worry about pirate king ghosts.
Do you think we could ride them as well?
Yes, I see.
Whoa.
For the right price.
Leonard's like mostly asleep. Like, has a joke.
um,
Sarah Joan lets out an exasperated sigh.
As does
Oh,
Vesper.
is a nice way of thinking about it.
I don't know if it's nice, but it is a way. We all have our ways of coping with the things that are going on. Mine is simply not to think about them until they're in front of my face. And then I will either hurt or heal it. Makes it a lot easier with you all. Well, sometimes. Sometimes it requires more healing because of your desires to hurt. But
all the damage that you take.
and due to things that may not need damages. But you know, we take those two. Every day as his own.
Go ahead and roll that perception check for me, John.
I would love to, but it's been more than 5 years. And there's an established protocol.
Perception.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. All right.
I don't know why I have to do it in that octave. It feels odd otherwise.
All right. Good to know. As the stars wheel above the next couple of hours,
Glassy sky
and
above.
the salt water laps against the waves. The tide raises a little bit, comes almost all the way up until it tickles your toes. But your watch goes by without incident. Who's got next watch?
Oh, hello.
To Kai. And who's watching with Kai? No one? No one likes Kai?
I typically do
I'm
the
a
morning
bird.
watch, the early morning watch.
You can put Vesper with Kai.
Okay. Basically
Hi, best friend.
guaranteeing that the person who has had no roleplay opportunities all night has to roleplay with me directly, pretending to be someone else.
Yes. It's fine. I wake up Kai, and as I do, go, imagine riding the cube.
What cube?
Picture it, okay?
What cube?
Will it into existence.
Kizani.
It is, you will, the cube. Anyway, good night.
Okay.
All right. Anything that you want to talk about?
Perception.
Okay. Where's Vesperin?
At the beach.
Yeah, that's true. I hear that you're going to the beach.
I am going to the beach.
Cameron is at the beach. That's why he's not here.
Yeah.
Beaching is the beaching.
Hi, Vesperin. What do you think of the beach?
It's... I hate it. There's sand.
Weird.
Of course, and it gets everywhere.
Does it?
There's a reason to hate the beach. It's the sand.
Yep. Not like you. You're soft.
Oh,
She strokes your
I do have feathers.
have.
I work very hard. Thank you for noticing.
Oh.
It's important to moisturize your feathers.
Is it? I think they're like oily. I guess it depends.
They're
on the
very
bird.
soft.
With that, nothing of much note happens during your watch either. So if there's not anything that you want to specifically talk about,
Nope.
yeah, I'm sorry, I am a terrible foil for this. Who is dying?
Wow, Jonathan.
Dude,
I'm literally.
Sorry, yeah. I know.
Thank you.
Yeah,
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 no, it's
I
yeah,
know.
it just kind of
We know.
happened.
We know
Yeah.
that you didn't do it, but
It
it
was
didn't
awful.
matter.
Yeah.
We needed
It
you to
sounded
know
like
that
we were
it was bad.
actually at the edge of the ocean. That's what it was.
I don't know what oceans you go to.
No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We hear
Digital
you.
ocean.
Well, we don't hear you, but we do see you making the mouth shapes that would
Okay.
indicate what you're saying.
Um. All right. Final watch is Ollie and Tofros.
Yes. I awaken and I set up my bullseye poster on the thing that's the easiest to set it up on,
Yeah, there's a palm tree.
and I begin going through my forms. And while
Your
I'm going through my
porn.
forms,
Yeah,
my
I heard it.
forms, and while I'm doing that,
Is this the
I'm
time, Tofros?
talking to Ollie and
You set up a
saying,
bullseye first?
"What
Sorry. I'm sorry.
are we talking about?" Okay. Um. So, are you ready to convince everybody as to why we need to take these amethyst teardrop things?
Oh no. I'm. Other than the fact that I don't even know why. Part of me doesn't know why we're doing it even.
And that they're the parts of the veil that we're collecting.
I understand that part, but I also this whole. I know that I was one of the ones that was for sure. We know that we couldn't avoid this any longer, but uh, this is this is more than anything we've done.
This is true. I mean, I would dare say that all of us have dealt with enough trauma at this point that it's not going to be anything we can't handle.
Uh, what I'm afraid of right now is becoming, or at least, even if we don't feel like we are, becoming the kinds of people that it would make sense if when we show back up to Astroport, that narrative we won't be able to break it because whatever we've done to get there proves it.
Oh, you're afraid that we're in order to be able to return home, we have to become the terrorists that they think we already are.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh,
Interesting. Well, how much terror are we causing exactly?
It doesn't matter if we're doing it or not. It's what I'm worried about is how easy it is to be perceived that way.
True. I mean, the shapers were perceived as weepers. Astropoly people are perceived differently in Veonaya. I think the problem is if we worry so much about being perceived, I don't want that to prevent us from doing what we have to do.
There's all the there's all the lives that are going to be affected no matter what happens here.
Yes.
What
And
happened? I was sick for 3 months when we left Astroport. These are the thoughts that I've been having. I'm still full in with this. I know there'll be more to understand as we go too, but
I don't
man,
think
do I not like going in blind and into situations that I don't think that we're prepared for. But we have to
true.
find at least who buys this so to know to track them down later.
Yes. None of us chose this. It was thrust upon us. But in my experience, life is thrust upon you, so you kind of have to make of it what you want to make of it. Nonetheless, I think that we need to not we need to do. We don't need to. I want to go into the fighting pits and I want to hit someone at a time in which it's socially acceptable.
I feel like most fighting pits are brawling. Are you in for a brawl? I mean, I'm down.
I mean,
But I feel like in a place that you're not supposed to kill someone, they're not going to allow a lethal fight. And I've not seen you do, and just personally, I don't know what you've done in the past. You don't seem to
you
be.
say that as if I'm not capable of pulling my punches, Ollie, and I feel as though, although most people I attack, I do in fact, in their existence, that doesn't mean that I'm just going to just kill people in a fighting pit.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that your methods might not be accepted unless I could totally.
You mean a way of making
Yeah,
non-lethal
I
metal
could
objects?
yeah,
Yes. Okay.
I could totally see you going in and punching people and that being okay, but I don't think that weapons are going to be allowed in any way.
It is possible. I mean, that is possible. I'm just saying, either way,
I am down.
hitting someone in a socially acceptable location is something that I think I will gain much release from.
I'm there for it. Seven checks.
Yes, bounce those
Yep.
perception checks for me.
Perception.
We must roll an initiative check.
That would be similar.
Oh, at some point too, over the course of this, I try to convince you that I've learned how to metal bend as well, as I'm hovering a dagger in my hand.
Make a deception check.
Is that against my perception DC?
Will.
So I'm actually. Oh yeah, actually, this is specifically that.
Yeah, my perception
I'm-
DC is not that high, so I mean,
I'm using charlatan. Because the spell is coming from my gloves.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I have telekinetic hand. With the gloves.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I am actually hovering a thing. It's just that he.
yeah, I mean that does beat it. It's 16.
Okay. Yeah.
You can tell that I'm casting a spell, but it looks like you're confused. If anything, I'm casting the spell. It's what it actually does. You probably don't see through the fact that I can do that,
Mhm.
but you don't know how I'm casting it.
It seems that everybody is capable of casting magic. I don't know if I would say that's the same thing as harnessing energy from the elemental plane of metal, but you know, I suppose.
Okay, it's the gloves. They're nice there, right?
They are very nice gloves. I would like to be able to create. No, that's not how that works. It's okay, never mind.
As you're talking, a deep booming sound reverberates through the water. You feel it vibrating through the sand. It's just once, like a wave of impact. Boom.
That was big.
Yes. Does it sound like aquatic life that we have heard before? Could we do like a?
You just hear the one, like a subaquatic mine almost. The impact shaking through you. as you sit here, looking at one another, I think that was a little spooky. You look out into the bay, and a wave is forming
Like a
In
very
the-
large wave.
in the wake.
I am moving to Sin and Sybil first.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, okay, hey, and I like do the cartoon thing where I turn his head as he wakes as he was.
Oh, fuck! He starts grabbing his shit. Sybil runs immediately down to the bay and begins calling the koi. She just takes, as quickly as she can, she unclips all of their harnesses. And then rushes back into the small jungle forest here that's near the beach, and just kind of gets behind a couple of palm trees. This wave is coming in very quickly, but you can see it now. Everyone else, roll initiative.
Initiative.
Oh, I'm not gonna say it.
Initiative.
I'm gonna let you do it before.
Initiative.
Oh, no, don't roll initiative. We're not entering a combat encounter. We're rolling initiative to. It's almost
Okay.
like your check in this case.
So it's not gonna let us. Is why I'm telling
There's
you that.
no active combat encounter, Dungeon Master.
We could just think.
Foundry does not have
Yeah.
You can
encounter.
roll a perception check,
Yeah.
and if you get any bonuses to your initiative, be sure to add them. Is what I'm really asking for.
Okay. Gotcha. I can do that.
And because it would be initiative, we can roll not blind, right?
Right.
Wait, I don't usually add this. Sid, it's a +1 to initiative or a +2 to initiative?
For what?
The time vertex?
I think it's a +2.
Okay.
I think most of them that do that are.
Oh, I didn't mean to roll that bind, but okay.
That's already got your +2. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, Ollie, Kai, and Topharos. Ollie and Topharos because you were busy trying to wake everyone, and Kai because you were, I guess, just so fucking asleep that it really
Yeah.
took a lot to get you up. You do not make it to the tree line before the wave crashes down onto the beach. The koi, having sensed the danger, took off, got airborne, and are now some distance out over the island, kind of circling nearby, but are not in any danger. As the waves crash down, the three of you who failed can make a basic reflex save.
A basic reflex save. Let's see.
I'm fairly good at these.
I'm not. I mean, it's a general.
Success, failure. Oleander and Kai are
Oh.
going to take half damage.
I take 30.
You take 30 points of damage as the wave buffets you against the beach, tumbling you into the sand. You almost just barely have a chance to get up and catch your breath before the follow-up wave crashes into you again. You're just totally submerged for several seconds, feels like minutes. Kai and Oleander, you get buffeted by the first wave. This is not like tsunami level waves, right? But it's big, it's tall, and it does come all the way up the beach. It does manage to pull the Dappler, which is a relatively lightweight, small vessel, all the way up onto the beach, and it is fortunately trapped by a couple of tall palm trees before being drawn even further inland. And it is when the waves do finally pull out, back to sea and the choppy waves begin to settle, the Dappler is left completely beached. And it begins to tip onto its side. Doesn't look like any extremely bad damage to the vessel, other than it's not meant to be on its side. Maybe some cosmetic damage where it fell into the trees there on the jungle side of the beach. As the rest of you begin to come out, make your way out of the jungle and check on the damages. First thing you notice is Topheros face down, nearly buried in sand.
I'm
It's
also
like-
very short.
He like does a little push up, but it's much harder than normal because he's pushing wet sand off of his back also, and kind of like comes up to half, coughs out seawater.
That
This is
was not
bad.
fun.
Hello, this is terrible.
Very good.
Okay, I will run to Topheros and begin to administer health
Mhm.
and freedom.
Ceridwen running forward, just wearing like his light tunic, barefoot, running over the sand. He reaches down and pulls Topheros up, and you're just gonna do some treat wounds, basic CPR,
and
or you're gonna use
yeah.
magic.
I am going to do battle medicine.
Battle medicine. Okay.
Yeah.
Quick CPR.
Yeah, quick CPR. I need to have a token in order to perform
Oh.
actions? Question mark.
I have broken bones and shattered clothes. I've run out of time.
Should have just done this already. Here we go.
Okay. How much? How much? You took a lot of damage.
30.
Right. All right. Like, how close to death are you?
I'm currently at 17.
Okay, yeah, we're fine. Risky surgery.
I don't think you can do risky surgery on battle
Oh.
medicine. So one or the other.
I'll do risky surgery.
Okay.
Are you telling me that did you deal 12 damage to me? Or that's
Overall,
the healing.
that's the healing.
Oh, the damage
I-
was 3. Okay, the healing was
Yeah.
5. Okay.
I critically succeeded. And you got
Total
12.
of 11. Net 11.
Net 9?
9.
My math is bad.
Yeah,
win.
net
Yes.
9.
You think that 12 minus 3 is 11? I
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, goodness.
Yep. So taking care of business. That's all right.
Yeah. As you do so,
Oleander shows up down the beach. Like he just like let the water take him. He's like half a mile down the beach, walking back now.
like trudge, yeah, soaked to the bone. Everyone can make a perception check.
Perception.
But blind.
Yes, please.
Dang it. Sorry.
That's okay.
I probably would just always hit it blind just to be easier.
Roll 1 for Vess. Oof. Okay, Vesrin. Vesrin, while uninjured, is still, like, the wave still did come up into the jungle. She's, like, looking down at her dress and her boots and is like, ah. She's unable to notice. Actually, only Kijani, who fled to the woods, took cover in the palm trees, and actually managed to wedge himself up between 2 palm trees, a good distance into the air, looking down. You didn't get wet at all, though your palm trees did shake violently when they were struck by the wave. Something catches your eye out to sea. As you look behind you, not towards the not towards the lagoon, the inlet, but behind you back towards the actual open sea, you can see something enormously large. Crest. Like a whale, but maybe bigger than a whale. Crest, and then descend. Not enough detail to tell what it is.
Kijani will kind of climb down and posit to them. Cheetah's bigger than a whale that can swim. What would that be?
I'm sorry, what? All whales can swim.
I said bigger than a whale.
Daddy whale.
Something. I think something created that wave. I just saw something, a massive figure crest out of the ocean and then go back in.
Are you sure it's not just the rum? Because I've thought that too before.
Wait a second.
I'm
you
sorry,
think
did
the
you see
rum
me
caused the
drink-
tidal wave?
Did you see me drink rum?
I wasn't really
No,
paying
you did
attention.
not. I will answer that question. I feel like you are too dense to deal with sarcasm.
Hey! Dense ain't the same thing as drunk.
Kijani just blinked at him. Where's the sister?
She is down on the beach now, assessing
He
the
goes
damage
down
to the
to her.
dabbler.
Have you
This
ever
ain't
heard of
good.
a cheetah that is big enough to cause a wave like that? I just saw a massive figure crest out of the sea, probably bigger than a whale.
Well, sure, there's sea serpents, there's sea dragons, there's sea drakes, though they're not bigger than a whale, just faster. And then you've got, I mean, if you believe every sailor's tale, there's krakens out there somewhere.
Something massive is not that far off the coast. I just saw it out there.
Well, maybe it'll move along.
Okay.
Not like we can do anything about it. Besides, gotta figure out how to get the dappler back in the water first. Hope she's still seaworthy. As the waves calm down, the kite koi begin to descend back. Sybil goes down to the ocean waves, pulls out a pouch full of like extremely smelly pellets of some kind. She begins tossing them out, and the koi swarm down into the water. And she does harness them back up, clip them back in. And that is where we're going to pause for tonight. We'll reassemble the Avengers next time for the approach to Gaffer.
Avengers, assemble. Avengers, assemble.
Avengers.
All right.
We have.
Well-
Are we going to fight a giant Gyarados?
Could be a kraken.
It could be a sea serpent, or a sea dragon, or a sea drake.
Or a Gyarados?
No, we don't fight dragons in these campaigns.
Gyarados is a creature.
Gyarados could fit all of those.
That's true. That's very true.
Gyarados
Except
is
for
into
Kraken.
dragon, technically.
He's a dragon
Flying
type.
water type.
He's not
Yeah,
a dragon
but
type.
he's
And when he
based
gets a
on-
mega evolution, he becomes a dark
Dark.
water type.
and becomes a fat fish.
He can learn dragon moves. It's close
But
enough.
So can Licky Tongue.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Miracle can learn every move in the game if you.
Do I need to say it again, or are we good?
I gotta go.
All right, yeah. Bye, team.
AJ.